I hope you guys are having a phenomenal day, night, honey. It really don't matter, okay? I wanted to really, well, what really got me to do this video is this. Earlier, about 5 minutes ago, I was meditating, okay? And it's so funny because I told you guys when I first got started on this journey, and I had heard rapper B.O.B., talk about meditation. And that's what really like got me going because, I tried other things, when it came to my mind and stuff like that. Whether it was medication or whatever, going to a psychologist or whatever it was. But meditation was one of the things that I never tried, right? And I didn't know exactly like how meditation was going to turn out, but I was eager, and I say this all the time. I really was eager to do something different because I really wanted my life to turn out different. And when I first started meditating, right? So you may have downloads already, right? Even if you're not meditating, but when you meditate, you be still, right? And the more you are being still, the more you could, get the information that source is trying to give you. And I remember, like when I first started meditating, right? Like I didn't even know if I was doing it right. It's so crazy because we live in a world where everything is pretty much, people try to tell you like everything, it needs to be perfect in order for it to work out or whatever it is like that. After I've been meditating, for a while, right? I remember I came across Dr. Wayne Dyer, and I remember it was a lady that was pretty much asking him, like, she was saying, every time she meditate, I guess she put her meditation, the timer on for a certain amount of time. And she says, instead of her sitting for that amount of time, she wind up and she'd get up, right? Because she said she don't know, like she's being distracted. She don't know if she's doing it right. And one of the things I got from Dr. Wayne Dyer was this. He was like, there's not a right or wrong to meditation. I was like, what? Bro, where you been at? Okay. All right. Oh, no, don't be my fan. Honey, no. I appreciate you coming on here, but don't be my fan. No, you're not my fan. Okay? You listen, okay? I'm gonna need for you to look at yourself like me and you are on the same thing, okay? Don't stoop down, okay? I don't care if you watching and I receive like the love from you, but don't stoop down. Like never put nobody on a pedestal. Okay? You a star just like I am. Okay? And that's how you have to see yourself. But I appreciate the love. So I remember when I heard Dr. Wayne Dyer say that, I was like, oh my goodness, like I didn't know that. Yeah, Wayne Dyer. Oh my goodness, I got some stories. Okay, listen, my whole hey Tracy, peace to you, baby, peace to you. Hey Tony, peace to you, peace to you. And hey Pala Stas, listen, I will, and I'm not even gonna put that. I'm not even gonna speak there, but I hope I pronounced your name right. Um, the reason I came on here to just tell you guys, hey, Lopez, peace to you, baby, peace to you. I only came on here. It was really for probably like 10 minutes because I gotta read. Um, and the reason I came on here, all right. So I guess I could just start back. Um, So yeah, so when I started meditating and stuff like that, like I didn't know if I was doing it right. I didn't know, right? Like I was desperate. Like a lot of you guys hear me say that, but I don't know if you know, like imagine going to a psychologist. Like imagine going, hey Val Brian, peace to you, baby, peace to you, peace to you. Oh gosh. Um, no, don't be a fan and stuff. Like, listen, I appreciate you guys, and I know is love. Oh, peace to you, Arania. Is it Arania? I have a homegirl that's like me and her real close. Her name is Arania. Um, but I appreciate you guys. Listen, I only came on here for a quick minute. So listen, I was what made me do this video is this. I was meditating for 20 minutes, okay? And normally my meditations, they normally 20 minutes, but lately I've been meditating like more than once, once added a day. Oh, I do not. I am not nice. I get that, but I'm not nice. Okay. Nice actually is derived from Latin. It means foolish. Um, yeah, so I'm kind. Okay. Um, but yeah, so I was meditating tonight. I just got finished actually not too long ago, and then I posted the videos on TikTok and on here and on Instagram. And my meditation session, okay, by myself. Okay. Um well, me and Source. One of the things that came up was, why are you waiting for people to tell you what your next move should be? Okay. Why are you waiting? Okay. Don't project that on me. No, I'm not mean. I mean, I'm kind. I like nice. When people say nice, and I used to use the word nice a lot, but even with my children, I tell them like, listen, you don't want to be nice. You want to be kind, right? Because nice, if you look the word up, um, I remember when I looked it up, it said it is derived from um is derived from Latin. It actually means foolish. But anywho, listen. So this is why I came on here. To say, why are you listening to people to tell you what your next move should be? Right? Like the people that we tend to seek guidance from, right? Um, Oftentimes they're not doing anything, right? Like oftentimes you waiting for somebody to give you the permission, somebody to give you the okay. And it's like, why are you waiting for them to give you the okay? Like you got the okay from source. And it goes back to putting people on a pedestal, right? And oftentimes you may even question it because you like, I don't know if that was source or if that was peace to you, Missy, peace to you, baby, peace to you. If that was source, or if I should listen to this person. Whenever you get, like when I got the message tonight about why are you listening to people as opposed and listening to people that's not doing anything. Okay, it's one thing to take guidance or advice from people that's doing something, but if they're not doing anything, like I remember, I don't listen to nobody who tells me not to invest when it comes to myself, right? And I'm so grateful and thankful that when I invested into, and I always say this, when I invested into Bob Proctor's program, that was like the biggest investment that I have ever done. And that was 7,500. And I'm so glad, right? I didn't have nobody around me to tell me like don't invest. First of all, when you invest in, you're investing in yourself. No one could ever take that away from you. Okay. And so that's how you have to see it. Like, I'm investing in me. If you don't think that you're worthy or enough, right, then you're not going to invest. Because why? Because you don't even think that you're worthy or you're capable of getting whatever it is. Or like, when I invested into Bob Proctor program, the reason I did it was because I already knew if I didn't invest, I already knew what I can expect. Okay. Because it was like this. All right, you have the money to invest. And if you don't do something different, and I'm a big fan, okay, of saying if you continuously do the same thing, you're going to continuously get the same. And so you have to do something different. You may be afraid to do it. You may not have all the answers to do it. You may not see the light at the end of the tunnel to do it. You may be by yourself doing it, but you are capable. You are capable, and you have what it takes. Okay? You got to start saying like I have the will to do this. Because if it came up for you to do it, that means that you're already prepared. You're ready. Like, you don't need, and I know some of you guys probably like, damn, how many times she gonna, I'm gonna keep saying it because it's so true. You don't need anyone outside your goddamn existence. You don't even gotta watch my videos. You don't need no one outside your existence to tell you what you should do. You have a spirit, okay, that has been with you for so many years, whether you believe that or not. Listen, I'm not here to convince anyone, okay? But your spirit is always going to guide you and tell you which way to go. Okay? Sometimes people are biased, okay? People biased. Sometimes listen, people are biased. One minute they love you, the next minute they hate you. Okay? That's why I say you have to be your biggest cheerleader and your biggest hype man. Okay? Because people are wish-washy. If you say something that they don't like you. Was it really that you didn't was it really that you liked me at the beginning? Or was it conditioned liking? Okay, long as I said whatever it was that you liked, that's why my videos is not based upon me playing it safe. I'm not gonna play it safe. I'm gonna be myself. I'm gonna be transparent. I'll be vulnerable, but I'm gonna be authentic. Okay? And so that's what you have to start understanding, because let me tell you something. When you being yourself, I say this all the time. Your tribe you will attract your tribe will be attracted to you because of your vibe. Because of your vibe. Okay. Okay. So getting back to what I was saying. So yeah, so that's what came up in meditation session. But I know Tony has said Wayne Dyer was the GOAT. So let me share about Wayne Dyer. So I remember when I came across Wayne Dyer videos, okay, at this time, I was listening to Bob Proctor. I was listening to, a few people that that was in personal development. And I want to say Wayne Dyer was more so talked about on personal development, but also like more so on the spiritual side, right? And I remember when I was listening to him, I remember I used to listen to Wayne Dyer so much. And I had a ride. I never forget this. I was doing Uber, and it was this, I picked this lady up from Hoboken. I never forget this. Hoboken, New Jersey. Okay. And her route was going like all the way like towards like upstate New York. And where she was going, it was like she was going like on his property where so it was nothing but estates. Okay? Like these big ass homes, like estates. Not like, it was an estate. Like all these different estates, right? And I didn't know, I was driving her there. I just knew like she got in the car and stuff like that. And the ride said, what was it, like an hour or something? Yeah, like an hour, close to 2 hours. And what was it, 2 hours? Whatever. So anywho, I'm listening to Wayne Dyer. And as I'm listening to him, I got so emotional because is one speech that Dr. Wayne Dyer talks about, and he says about this kid, right? Like the kid mother died. Like, all right, so it was this teacher, right? And the teacher had this student, right? And the student, he was I think he like he stopped washing or whatever it was like that. And she didn't understand like his story. She just looked at him like, like he really didn't have too much. That's how the teacher looked at him, right? And I remember it was so vividly, like that story made me cry. But the teacher, she went through the student file, right, to see like, what was his previous teachers, saying about him and stuff like that. So when a student was like in first grade or whatever it was, the teachers, they all had something good to say about the kid. But what this teacher later on found out was that the kid mother died. And I guess the kid was like having a hard time, like, he lost his mother. And so that's why like certain things that he used to do, like he wasn't doing it. And that day the teacher, like she was saying like she became a better teacher because like she read his story, and instead of her, saying like, oh well, let me feel this kid or whatever it was, like she really started like treating the kid, a certain type of way, right? And so, oh my goodness. And so later on, the kid, like he graduated, like they had like this cool relationship, him and his teacher. And the kid, he had a perfume bottle of his mother's, and the perfume bottle, I think like the top was messed up or whatever, but he gave it to the teacher because he was like, like she really took the time out to, I guess, like, teach him to understand, and things of that nature. Some people won't go to the, some people are about money, right? And that's why I say, like, whatever it is that you are passionate about, like when you're doing your purpose, like it don't feel like work. It don't feel like work. You're not just thinking about the money, okay? Now I did say, now this is another thing, okay? If you're teaching, okay, it's like one or two things, okay? Like if I'm, and I told you guys, like I offer mentoring services. I charge for that, okay? And the reason being is because I done took so much time out, like to learn the stuff that I learned in order for my life to get better, okay? So I don't charge so much for um the information per se, but I charge for my time, because time you can never get back. Okay. Um so I just wanted to clear that up. Okay. But yeah, like if me doing these videos, I don't have a problem. Like if you guys have a question, you could put it in here. I elaborate on whatever it is, if you feel like, well, I don't want to pay for that. Like you could put the question in there, I answer it. If I can. If I could answer it, I answer it. Okay. But if I don't know, I don't know. Right? Like let me just say that. But yeah, so this teacher, she took her time out with him and stuff like that. And she was passionate. Like, and I never forget Wayne Dyer said, like in this story, that the teacher said that day she became a teacher. Because she wasn't looking at this kid like, like, oh, if this kid get everything right, he's a good student. She was looking at him like, like as a kid, like a student, but also looking at him like having empathy, okay, for the kid, okay, and sympathy. Sometimes get them mixed up, empathy and sympathy. But you get what I'm saying, okay? Um, and I remember I had the passenger in the car. Okay, it's been a few times, okay, when I had the passengers in the car and I would be up there damn crying, okay, or laughing. I would be listening to Les Brown. And I remember one day I was on my way, I was taking this couple to New York. I had picked them up like 20 minutes away from my house, okay? And they was going to New York. And I remember I was listening to Les Brown and oh my goodness, I could not hold it. I just like bust out, start laughing. But they was laughing too because they was listening to, and that was, that really was like Uber. Yeah, the money was okay. At times I would feel like, God damn, putting all these hours in. But what was the highlight of my day was the passengers. It really was the passengers. I mean, oh my goodness. I had such a fun, and I remember I told my sister this. I was like, listen, I was like, when I get the red Range Rover, I said, I think I'm gonna do Uber. I think I'm gonna do Uber. And she was like, no, you're not. You ain't gonna do Uber. But I said that because it really was the connection with the passengers. Like you guys really have to understand you attract what you are. Like you really attract what you are. The people that you come in contact with is a reflection of you. And I mean, oh my goodness, I had some fun days. I had some that, looking back, I would have to say that was like one of the best jobs I had was doing Uber. Was doing Uber and Lyft. More so Uber though. That was like one of the best jobs that I had. It was Uber because man, boy, did I had some fun doing Uber, okay? Like listening to other people, like the passengers' story, okay, and just connecting and vibing with them. It was, man, it was some good days. The only part that I didn't care for Uber is when I would get in that mindset of hustle bustle. Like that's when I didn't care for it because then it's like, all right, I gotta be out here all these darn hours, and to make a certain amount of money. Okay. Hey, living with Da. Peace to you, baby. Peace to you. Um, living with Da. So that was like really the only times I didn't like really care for it. And like towards the end, me doing Uber, like I started feeling like frustrated, like, oh my goodness, gotta go out here and do, and it's really energy. And I remember earlier young lady on, okay, India. Okay. Um, I remember a young lady my from TikTok, and she was saying earlier, she was like, "Oh yeah, um, because I said, you know, you need to change your environment, okay? Like you really need to change your environment, in order for you to start seeing. Because look, this is the thing, okay? And I highly recommend you guys get this book, Three Magic Words by I think is UELL Anderson. I highly recommend you guys get this book, okay? And that was a book that Wayne Dyer, like he have a meditation, and at nighttime I would just let the meditation go inside, into my subconscious mind. And it's called Three Magic Words. Okay, look up that meditation. It's very good. Although they got ads in the meditation, that meditation I really don't care for because it got ads in it. Get your money, but it Wayne Dyer's original Three Magic Words meditation, it ain't got no goddamn ads in there. Okay. So yeah. So anyway, back to what I was saying. What was I saying? Oh, so sometimes I forget. Okay. So um your environment is very important, okay? Like earlier I was here, okay, and I got a download to go to Edgewater. So Edgewater is the place that I had went to, like those tour buildings that, like you could kind of see New York, okay? And so I got a download for me to go to Edgewater. But I was like, I don't really want to do Edgewater, right? Edgewater is beautiful. I like Edgewater. It's so beautiful. But I just was like, I don't want to do it. Like, I don't want to catch the train. Like, all these different excuses, right? I just didn't want to be goddamn seen. Okay, that's really what it was. I didn't want to be seen, right? And so I got on the train, okay, and as I'm on the train, my stomach it started feeling a certain type of way. So I said, I know, I know I'm not gonna be on this train and then gotta get off the train to come home and I know some may say, well, why didn't you just use the bathroom? That was a part, like I just was like, I ain't wanna do all that. Okay, I ain't wanna do all of that. So I got to two cities over from where I live, okay? And no, one city from where I live. And so I got on a train, I got on another train. Um and you know what's crazy? Because I tell you guys all the time, if you this is your innate ability to have these powers where it's though when universe tell you to do certain things, it's like nothing is going to go wrong. Okay. Nothing is going to go wrong. I told you guys before, I remember I was, in a house and I had got a download for me to go to this place called Duke Farms. Duke Farms is gorgeous. Oh my goodness. If you ever in New Jersey, look up this place called Duke Farms. You can look it up as I'm speaking, okay? Duke Farms, Farms. So gorgeous, okay? I mean, it's so peaceful. They got a trail. They rent bikes out. It is absolutely positively gorgeous. They have like so many acres, like you could just walk. They have a greenhouse with orchids, different plants inside. The greenhouse. I would take my kids there all the time. Okay. Um, and so I remember I got a download for me to go to Duke Farms. And I was like, go to Duke Farms. I was like, it looked like it's rain. It's about to rain now. And so I drove out there, right? Because it's like 45 minutes from where I live. So I drove out there and as I was driving and I was doing a video on Facebook, I just couldn't understand. And I don't look at the news. I don't look at the news. I don't watch. The other day I was watching this guy who was talking about consumer law and UCCs and secure party whatever. And I was watching because he was playing the debate, and he was, just doing the reaction video to the debate with the candidates or whatever. And I don't vote, okay. But I just was watching his video. But I don't watch the news. Like when it comes to seeing if it's going to rain or if it's I just don't watch it. I don't check the weather. What I do is, and my oldest daughter, she would always ask me, like, how is it outside? And I would be like, I don't know. Like, I'll find out how it is outside. Like, I think we done became so dependent upon technology that it is really crazy. Like it's really really crazy how we done became so dependable on things outside of our existence, right? And so yeah, I drove to Duke Farms and stuff like that. Oh, also when I had got a download to have a picnic by myself. This is the most important and crucial thing, okay? You gotta get to learn how to enjoy your time by yourself. Like if you don't enjoy your time by yourself, how could you really expect for somebody to come in your life and then you want them to enjoy your time if you don't even enjoy your time? So you got to start doing things. And I know it may seem, like different because perhaps, I don't know, maybe you never grew up having picnics. I know I didn't grow up having picnics and stuff like that, but I did it. I took myself on a picnic and I did a live video. I was at the park, and at first I was like, the ego is gonna speak to you, tell you what types of shit. But I was there at the park. I was eating my watermelon and stuff like that, just laying down, relaxing, sitting up to do the video. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because why? Because it's like me spending time with myself. And then when I get in a relationship, it's like I could enjoy my partner so much more because I enjoy my presence. I enjoy my company. Okay. And so anyway, so I got, I went to Duke Farms and stuff like that. And when I got there, although it was cloudy, it didn't even rain. It didn't rain. Okay. It didn't rain. I walked the trail. Okay. Everything was all right. So when your intuition is telling you to do something, it's never going to tell you to do something that is going to harm you. Okay, now that would not be your intuition. Maybe it's some parasites going on up in you, but it's definitely not your intuition that's telling you this stuff. Okay, because your intuition is always going to guide you in a direction where is though is for the better good. Okay, where else was I going with this story? I forgot. Yeah, so yeah, so my intuition told me, to go to Edgewater. And Edgewater, and this is one of the things because the ego is going to also tell you probably you don't belong there. Like you don't belong there, you don't even live there, like all this shit. And what you have to do, well, what I do, I talk to myself, okay? Like I tell myself, like, the ego, like, so what? It doesn't matter. Like I talk to myself, and you got to talk to yourself, okay? So when I went to Edgewater, it wasn't even really so much about me because I had went there. I went to the supermarket to get some drinks. I could have did that shit over here, but it's about me getting out of my environment. Now, it's nothing wrong with my environment, but I deserve better. I want to see more. I deserve better. I deserve to see more. I deserve to touch more, meaning, like the condos or whatever. Like, I deserve more. And so, since it's like, all right, I deserve more, okay, then I'm going to go these places, okay? I'm going to go these places. And so the young lady said earlier, she was like, yeah, getting out of your environment. She was like, yeah, it would be good, but something like, yeah, but you need money for that. You don't need money to get out your environment. Like you don't need money. And this is another thing. Like I want you guys to understand and get. You are bigger than money. Let me now I like me some money. Okay. Just to let you know, I like me some money. But you are bigger than money. And when I say bigger than money, you manifest money. Okay. The reason I say you bigger than money because you attract money. Money is energy. Money is energy. Like when I invested with Bob Proctor, okay, it wasn't so much like, yeah, I thought about the money like, damn, 7,500, 7,500. But more so, it was like, if I could learn one thing, okay, from this multimillionaire, just one thing, okay, that's it. That's what I said. If I could just get one thing, and that's what was important to me, okay, because I already knew if I've been doing the same thing, okay, and if I did the same, I knew what to expect. You're gonna get the same thing back in return. So I knew I needed to do something different. Okay. And so what you got to understand and start realizing is money is energy, is energy. And you just got to decide what you want. Like you got to decide, don't worry about how it's going to come. That's not your business. That's not your business. And at times people do themselves a disservice because they like, well, I can't see it is coming because the way you think is going to come is not going to come that way. It'll come some completely different way. Like when I was telling my oldest son, I was like, oh, I'm about to have a car. I was like, I'm about to have a car, right? And my oldest son was like, he was like, no, you're not. And I was like, yes, I am. And he just kept saying no, right? And my account didn't show I was about to have a car, but my home girl, okay, called me one day and was like, hey, what's up? I'm at the dealership. You want my car? Easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. And that's what I mean when I say you think the way you think is coming is not going to come that way. It's not going to come that way. It's going to come a different type of way. And everything that you have in your life is a manifestation. You manifested it. Now, you don't have to believe it. Okay? You don't have to believe that you manifested the stuff. Okay? But everything that's in your life is your creation. It's all your creation. If you see like this is what I started realizing. Like, looking at my life, like I started seeing like, oh, you deserve it. Like isn't such thing as, well, I believe I deserve it, right? Like it's stages. In the beginning, it's like, you know, you start telling yourself this, right? Like the affirmations, like I'm deserving. And then next minute is like it's like a belief system, right? Like, you start believing, like, and then like the final thing is a knowing. Is a knowing. Like nobody ain't gotta tell you. You just know. Okay. Give a tip for your purpose. The only thing I can say about purpose is um like I didn't always know what my purpose was. And I done said that time and time again. But one of the ways that you can tell what your purpose is, it comes natural. It comes very easy. You know, um, like you can do it without getting paid for it. Okay, because that's how it's gonna start off in the beginning. Like if you're an artist, right? And it could be people like I know Tracy is an artist, right? It could be people that's telling you that's like looking at your art and like, damn, like you need to have an exhibit, right? And you may be like doubting yourself, may feel like, damn, people tell me this, but I don't think I'm ready or whatever it is. And it comes so naturally. Like you could paint like so many pictures. Okay, like so many pictures, it just come naturally. And it's like you enjoy it so much. Like you really enjoy it. It don't seem like it's hard work. Some people be like, damn, I don't want to do this shit. It's like, yeah, I don't want to say yeah, escape, but it's like you get lost in doing it. Like how I'm doing this video, and I told you guys I was only gonna be on here for a few minutes. It's like that. Like, yeah, your purpose, like for me, how I discovered my purpose. All right, so when I was a kid, I always would get in trouble, right? Especially in school. The teachers always said I talked a lot. And I went to a Catholic school, okay? And them teachers, okay, I went to Catholic school until like sixth grade. And then after sixth grade, I told you guys I dropped out. I was in the street selling drugs and all this other stuff, right? But I always got in trouble. What was always on my goddamn report card, and I remember these damn teachers, they would want to talk to my aunt, and I knew I was about to get my ass in trouble. I knew I was getting it, okay? Um, but I remember like they would always goddamn tell my aunt would come to open house, okay, and I'm appreciative that she would go to open house. And they would tell like, oh, Dina is so talkative. like she talks so much, okay, right? And that was like, so as a kid, I talked a lot. And it's so funny because when I start doing these videos, I remember my mother was in a car, right? And this is how I knew. Like, all right, so before I knew, right, I will always have this epiphany, like this feeling, like nobody had to tell me this. It was like my spirit through the trials and tribulations I was going through, my spirit, like sometimes I remember I was listening to Mansa earlier, and he was talking about depression, and he was like, sometimes you was created to do something, but you keep on starting over and trying all these different routes, and those routes they not working, and you feel like you may be going through depression because you going through depression because it's like you doing things that you're not supposed to be doing, right? And you trying to get all these things to work. And so if you going through experiencing anxiety and depression, like some that's like your spirit trying to get your goddamn attention because you're not listening. Like you working here, you working there, you working at all these jobs or doing these different things, but it's something bigger in you that's calling your attention. Okay. And like I always had that feeling. Like I told you guys, I would go in the bathroom and I knew, like I just knew I would be like, you know, I know I didn't come here to work and pay bills. Like I just knew it was a knowing. This was before I got into personal development. This was before I got into any of that. This was before I had my spiritual awakening, right? And I just believe that was like me asking it, me not asking, but putting it out there into the ether is like, all right, universe is saying like, all right, you ready, you ready. Cause I just kept saying, I know I ain't come here for this. And the universe just like, all right, you ready, you right. You didn't come here for this. Let me show you what you came here for. And from there, like I just was doing videos, well, not right after, right? Like I still was like on a journey of finding out like what was my purpose. um but I would watch videos like personal development for hours. I mean like 12 hours a day, sometimes longer. And I would just it was just like, damn, I would get like lost in it. And personal development, like the speeches, like, Jim Rohn, Zig Ziglar, Bob Proctor, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, Lisa Nichols, Infinite Waters, okay, Aaron Dowdy, and I would just get like lost. Wayne Dyer, okay, and Abraham Hicks. And I would just get lost, even Jim Carrey, because when I and B.O.B. was like the first person when I first started out. Um, it was like the universe was speaking through him to get my attention because, you know, the universe don't speak like this. It speaks through things, right? Like to get your attention. But you just gotta pay attention. You really gotta pay attention and start seeing the synchronicities. The synchronicities is like you could be watching something on TV and have the same exact idea, but the television, like you could be like, damn, I don't know if I should go ahead with this. And then somebody on TV can, like, you could just turn the TV on and somebody is just like, go ahead with it. And you like, what the fuck? Like, you like, what? Like, and then you be blown away because you like, oh my goodness, you want to call people and tell them like, listen, I just was thinking this and I turned on the TV and some people, they don't understand it. They'll just be like, oh, really? Oh, that's good. But you know how you felt. Like when you turned that television on, and it said, go ahead with it. It's like, oh my goodness, like the universe is really fucking speaking to me. Is really communicating with me. Um, and so, yeah, so after that, later on, I still was going through whatever I was going through. And, after I kept on saying, I know I didn't come here for this, getting fired, right? Looking for ways to get fired, actually. Um, and then when I got fired, I was like so ecstatic, right? Like I didn't like the job, but it was like I just wanted the money, right? Wanted um I just really wanted the money. Okay. Like, because you like, oh, you got bills and stuff to pay or whatever it is. But yeah, I just pretty much, and when I got fired, that was like, damn, I could collect unemployment and spend time, be home with my kids now, right? Not saying like I didn't have to take the job per se, because, on Section 8, but at the same time, like I always wanted my children to have more. Like I always wanted more from life, right? Because I just know I deserve it. Like I know I deserve more, right? And yeah, so that happened. But I remember when I started doing the live videos, and one day my mother was in the car with me, and I was driving, and she was like, because I was on a video, I was on a video for a long time, and I had some hemp seeds, right? So if you guys don't know what hemp seeds are, okay, hemp seeds is like, there's in the marijuana family, but it doesn't have the THC, I think it is, in here, right? The part that's gonna get you high. But I would do this was like when I would do like smoothies and stuff like, and I might bring it back because man, that's how like I first like introduce myself like on a live videos. Like I would do smoothies. Pretty much everything that I was doing behind closed doors, I just brought it to the camera. And yeah, I had some hemp seeds, and I had a bunch of stuff. I had hemp seeds. It was a smoothie. Hemp seeds. I had some arugula. No, yeah, arugula, some watercress, some cacao powder, some spirulina like supplements. And I had all this stuff like in the smoothie. And I remember my mother was like, oh my goodness, you talk so much. Cause I listen, I would be like how I'm on here. I would be on Facebook for like an hour and some change just talking. Like whatever it was that like it would come to like just flowing. Like just from like I don't have to think about it. It just stuff just come to me. And that's the thing because when you start stepping into your purpose and doing what source told you to do or whatever, when you do it the first time, you're going to start getting into a flow state. The reason being is because, like I said, like you get lost in time because it's like now you're on your flow state. Reminds me of the song by what is his name? Lantrell, flow state. Yeah, so you're gonna get like caught up in your flow state, and your flow state is like your purpose. Is the thing that you're passionate about. Is the thing that you get lost in space and time. Like you just get lost in it because it is like and you like the energy like is that's why the thing that you was created to do nobody could ever fire you from it because that's why you fucking came here. Whether it's to teach, whether it's to show your art, whether it is to write a song, whatever it is, nobody can ever take that away from you because you came to this planet to deliver that. Okay. And so, yeah, with that being said, family, I gotta go. I gotta read. I love you guys. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourself. Keep on going, keep on growing. Okay. If you don't know what your purpose is, you can sit down and listen to some what I like listening to like jazz music or bossa nova music, even though sometimes bossa nova music I don't even know what the hell they be saying, but is the instruments for me. So like if you don't know what your purpose is, just go in a room and start writing down the thing that you enjoy doing because that's your purpose. The thing that you absolutely love doing, like it comes so easy. Like it could be doing here. People could be like, "Damn, you do here real good." But because you do it so much, right? Or whatever, you like, damn, they say, damn, you need your own shop. Like people will just be coming to you saying this stuff. And you like, yeah, like you just strub it off. Like you just brush it off. And they like, you done heard that so many times. That's the universe speaking, telling you like you're ready. Open up your own shop. Two things I'm gonna say about this. When you rocking out to your purpose, don't get lost. Like, and when I say don't get lost, like don't get lost in a sense where as though you looking at other people that's maybe doing the same exact thing and you like they're already further ahead than I am. Let me tell you something. This is your goddamn journey, okay? This is your journey, and don't rush the process because you see somebody else further along than you. Okay, you got to stay true to your calling. You got to stay true to the thing that you was created to do. You don't know about the next person, and that shouldn't be your focus. Okay, you know how many times I will watch stuff and I will be like, oh, they said they did this for 3 years. The universe can have something way bigger for you. So don't get caught up in comparison, comparing your life to their life and saying, God damn, they've been doing it for 3 years. I've been doing it for such and such amount of time. Why? No. because the universe got something way bigger for you. So don't get caught up. Don't get caught up. That's one. And two, still enjoy your life. Because remember what I said, everything is energy. And so the more you are enjoying your life, when I first started, I remember I would be looking at like, I never was like, you know what, I ain't doing the videos because I don't get numbers. Because in the beginning, you may go through that. Some people don't. Some people, when they first go out in a ballpark, they just hit it straight. They get home runs. Okay, but everybody process is different. Okay, another thing. I used to look at content creators, some of them, and I would be like, they eat meat. Right. And I would be like, why I don't, the universe don't want me to eat meat, but they eat meat. Again, that's their journey. Don't get sidetracked and saying, while they doing it, let me do it. Because there's a calling on your life that's different from theirs. And just because they do it, that does not mean that, you say, well, I'm going to do it. One of the things that I got from Jim Rohn was this. He said, never be a follower. Be a student. Never be a follower. Always learn. You can always learn from people, but don't be a follower. And don't look at somebody else's life and say, well, they doing X, Y, and Z. Well, let me do it just like them. Source is always going to give you the direction, which direction you should go in. And if you still don't know, ask for clarity. It'll give you it'll send you clarity. It'll let you know. Like I said about synchronicity, is definitely going to let you know exactly what it is. It is going to let you know. It always do. Whenever I ask for clarity, it always let me know exactly what it is, how I should move, what I should do. But you got to be still. You have to be still. Because if you moving so much, you're not even receptive to hear whatever source is trying to convey to you. So you be still. Meditation. That's the first thing I say. Meditation. Okay? Or driving, right? Like I get downloads, or even in the shower. My biggest thing would be mainly when I'm in the bathroom. Like I get downloads, about certain things, what to do and stuff like that. When I do these videos, majority of the times, I would like to say like 90 something percent of the times is based upon the download I get when I'm doing the videos. Like it's like I get ideas. I never run out of content. And that's how you know your flow state. I never run out of content. I'm never like, what should I do a video about this time? Right? Never. Now, if I'm forcing it, then that's something different. If I'm forcing, I know that sounds like a contradiction, but there's something different because now it's like, I'm looking at my numbers, right? But I never felt like I ain't doing these videos because my numbers. If anything, I would be like, well, let me do more, right? Like let me do more videos. And Source at times would say, no, don't do, do a video. Take some time off. Take like 2 weeks off, and then put the content out, after the 2 weeks. But that's my words, okay? Just so if you want to really know what your purpose is, ask. What's my purpose? Keep asking it, because what you give energy to, that's what tends to grow. So keep saying, what's my purpose? What was I created to do? And I guarantee you'll get the answer. I guarantee you will. And with that being said, I love you guys, and I catch you guys the next one on the next one. Make sure you're rocking out, believing in yourselves. Peace.